Hello viewers, welcome to Code for Any. Shift UI online glossary admin apps inside. You need to see this here, the calling here the brand list, brand adds, brand updates and brand deletes. Operations you need to see this, and first of all you need to making here the models. Then after need to develop here the view models, and after need to create here the UI and to call this here the API. Like this you need to follow here. First of all, now need to making here the models. Now need to create models folders inside to create here the new files and to give this here the name brand model dot dots, like this create here, and to making here the class and to give this here the name brand model, like here. Now need to define here the some property to define here the integer types. Need to given this here is id, brand id, then string. Need to set here the optional and to give this here the brand name. Like this sets here. Now need to set here the constructors. Give this here the brackets inside. This dots brand id, and also need to give this here the this dot brand name. Like this need to configures for this UI. Then after need to write down here the some functions models dots. Need to write down here the from JSON. And now need to set here the map slash string dot dynamic, and we need to give this here the JSON. Now we need to give this here the brand id is equal to, need to pass this here the JSONs dot brand id names, like this sets, and also need to give this here the brand name is equal to JSON, give this here brand name. Like this we need to creating shares for the brands, and now need to another two JSONs need to write down shares. Now need to copy here and to write down here the two JSON, and now need to set here the final dot map string dynamics. Need to assign here, give this here the name data, create like this brackets. Now need to return here data, all here, and need to also create here the bracket functions like here. Now need to give this here the data dots, need to pass here the brand id equal to, need to set here the data dot brand name equal to this sets, and to save this here. Like this need to create here the brand models. Now need to develop here the view models for the brand management. So need here, now need to go inside the view models and to create here the new files and to give this here the brand view model dot dots, like this creates. Now first of all need to create here the GetX controllers. So need to set here. Now need to set here the class and to give this here the name brand view model extend with GetX Controllers. Like this set series. Now need to create here the finals Rx list. We need to use this years and to give this here the brand models array. OBS and to pass this here these models and import years these models like this. Then after we need to create here the another things you need to set here. Now need to define here finals and to write down here brand models and to creating here the new brand. Maybe you need to give this here the brand object is equal to need to write down here brand models dot oops, set here like here. Also maybe no needs here, remove like this sets and to sort this code. Now also need to call this here the init initialize call this here the on init like methods. We need to call here. Now inside need to write down here the some service call mark to do API calling like this. Need to write down here and to first of all need to get this here the list and to give this here the name service call. Maybe give this here the API list set here. Now need to call this here the globes dots. Need to call this here the show HUD. Then after need to call this here the service calls dot post methods and to pass this here the parameters no needs or the brands. Need to set here the blank and to first of all need to declare here the API names. Go inside the globes and to find out here the API SVG SV key we need to find and now need to give this here the 4 API names. First of all now need to set here one by ones. Brand add, then after brand update, then after need to set here the list and also need to set here the delete. Now need to set here brand add. Now need to copy and to paste this here update and brand list and brand delete. Like this API names you need to set this here. Now need to call this here the SV key dot brand list API and also need to give this here the each tokens need to set here the true and to give this here the with success block set here the response object since call here. Also need to set here the pal and to return here the errors. this right down here. Set here the globes dots add HUD. Now need to copy and we need to paste this here. And also need to fix this here the typo response object. Like this we need to write down here. Then after we need to check this here the if response object e dot status equal to 1, then to successfully get this here the list, else parts need to set here the blank value. Now need to set here the list array is equal to need to pass this here the data, response object, and to get this here the payload. Now need to get here the list optional like here. Then after need to pass here the map objects and to return this here the brand models from JSONs and to give this here the data, and to list need to write down here all these here dot value like this parsing, and to set this here the data here, copy here, if not gets then to set this here the blank array like this. Need to configurations are the needs, if you gets any errors then to write down here the get dot snake bar and to show here the snake bars, give this here the titles globes dot app names and to showing this here the errors to string like this. You need to write down here the gets for the brand list. Now need to save and to call this API on the initialize API dot list. You need to call here. Then after you need to write down here the another API for the add new brand API add, pass this here the parameters as a string, parameter like this. Now same as need to copy here and to paste this here. Now need to change SV add brands and to pass this here the parameters here like here. Then after we need to return this here the response successfully. Need to get here the and to show first of all the message here, and again need to call this here the API get list. Now need to showing here the message response object value for set here e dot message as string. We need to return here like here msg dot success returning here. Same as now need to copy the snake bars and to put here and set here the hell message like this sets here. Then after another API we need to calls. Maybe we need to change here update parameters sv update brand. Same as we need to follow these here. Then after we need to create for the deletes. Parameters sv brand delete. Like this we need to calling here for this API. Now need to write down here the actions. To do API action void, and we need to set this here action add. Now need to check here the conditions. Need to give this here the brand object dot brand value dot, need to get this here the brand name is empty. Not equal to no, and to return this here. Now need to show here the snake bars, and to showing this here the message, please enter brand name. And after need to get here successfully, and to call this here the add API, and to pass this here the parameters, as I need to given this here's brand name, maybe set here's final txt brand name is equal to text editing controllers change here's is empty, like this sets, and to pass this here the value txt brand name dot value text, like this sets here, and to calling this here the API for the new brand sets. Now need to set this value after the success. Need to clear this here the text value dot text, set here blank, same as copy, and to paste this here inside the updates. Like this, view models are the creating here, and tomorrow need to creating here the UI, and to call this here the view models need to bind and to calling this here the all actions and to perform here. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.